Hi guys, okay, there's a lot to talk about in this video, so I'm not gonna like make a really awkward opening that's like 3 minutes long like I always do. I'm just going to go ahead and start. So I'm gonna look off my phone because I have scatterbrained ideas and then I start talking and then I can't stop talking and I don't know what the point of the video was in the first place until I remind myself. So first thing, I'm gonna start off with the phone. I just got a new phone, so this phone, the quality of video slash pictures is not as good as my iPhone. Pictures are just better. I'm getting used to this phone. The only thing that I'm not used about it is the autocorrect is really weird. So like I misspell crap all the time because I was used to messing up and it being okay for years and years with my iPhone, but now that I have a Samsung, it's like hard. But I mean, I'm not comparing the phones. I'm not saying iPhone's better. There's a lot of things that I like about this new phone better than my old phone. Doesn't matter. I don't really care that much about like phones and whatever. But just to tell you that I'm probably not going to record a lot of videos on my phone. If you ever see like a good quality iPhone made video, it's probably by my friend Rachel. Now speaking of friends, I realized that our Carps cosplay, I don't even know if some of you know this. I'm in a cosplay group with my friends. It's Carps. K-A-R-P-S. Carps stands for the beginning letter of each of our names. Kelly, Ashlyn, Rachel, Patricia, and Sam. And we all want to cosplay with each other, and there's a few other friends sprinkled in that like might cosplay with us, but that's like the main group of friends that hang out and we do stuff together, and that's who we want our cosplay group to be for however long we want to do this. So I really want you guys to check that out because I was looking and I was like, okay, we have about 10 subscribers on there, and I know probably more people watch it. It's not just like all subscribers are the only ones who watch videos. I'm sure some of you can't subscribe because you don't have a YouTube channel, or you can't remember your like Yahoo password and then you don't even feel like making an account, blah blah blah. It's, you know, I don't really care. But and then like 5 of those subscribers are probably just us who are part of the group. So if you guys could like go follow that, I mean, yeah, I know that like everything I do is not your cup of tea. I know some people are just here for Yoshiki. Some people are just here because they like a certain cosplay of mine, or some of you are just here because you think I'm funny, but you don't really care if there's like other people. I don't know. I don't really know you guys. But I mean, I do, but I don't, you know, like I can't. So a lot of you just say, oh my god, you're awesome, Yoshiki, yay. And I'm like, yay. But at the same time, I don't really know what you guys think of some of my other cosplays. So it would be nice if I got more feedback, but I understand that this is a Yoshiki based channel and that's why a lot of the people that subscribe to me are Yoshiki fans. But I'm going to have Yoshiki stuff on that channel too. So in general, if you'd like to check it out, please do. I'm not trying to sponsor it or anything. I'm just saying I'm a part of that and I would really like if other people would go watch it. Because honestly, there's not a lot yet, but who's to say there's not in the future? Who's to say you're not watching this in 2018 when we're like a lot better, you know? So that's good. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about? See, I needed this. Oh yeah. So one thing I want to bring up is that like I love Corpse Party. It's honestly been years since I've watched someone play the actual gameplay all the way through. Since I've watched Cry play it actually, and like I have the DVD now, and I'm waiting to rewatch it so I can like do a video with my friend Sam who does Ayumi. I've been waiting to do that video and rewatch that because honestly the anime, like, it makes me sad, and like it's not that it's bad, but it's not like that good either, you know, like it doesn't, I don't really have to watch it. I kind of have to like force myself to watch it, and when I rewatch it I get all the feels that I had the first time. But honestly, Corpse Party does not have enough depth to keep like people coming back. I just find Yoshiki like a really interesting character and really good that I can do a lot of stuff with, and I like Corpse Party, and I like the people in it. A lot of them are decent human beings, and as of you guys are. So like I try to stick with it, but I am not the most educated person in this thing. Like I only know the one game really good, and I know the anime decently well. I mean, I know the general stuff, but I am not the person to look for if you want like top Corpse Party person. Like I'm really not. Like most of my like education is Yoshiki because that's who I really liked and that's who I focused in on. Like there's a lot more stuff that I actually don't even know. Like I couldn't tell you how many siblings Seiko has. I think it's 2 or 3. I don't know. Like I don't know all this stuff, and I don't want you guys thinking that I'm gonna know everything because I really don't. And I mean, like, the other day I checked, okay, I know most of Yoshiki's Wikipedia page. Like, if you're gonna ask me a question about Yoshiki, I probably know it. But there was one that, okay, I know that his interests are music. Like, I knew that, but I think someone might have changed it because they changed it to he likes musical instruments, and I didn't really know that. So I don't know if that was just new information or if someone updated it. I don't know. I thought it was just music, and I thought he might like rap or R&B or like electronic or something, you know, cool that you can listen to. And like, I don't know if he necessarily listens to like Screamo. I mean, that's him. I don't know. But, or Japanese crap. I don't know what he listens to. But I'd like to know, but I don't. So, like, I don't know exactly everything about him, but I'd like to say I know a lot. So that's why I like being the Yoshiki cosplayer. And this is what I mean by the Yoshiki cosplayer. It's a joke that I have. It's because there's not a lot of, like, Course Party in general, and there's not a lot of cosplays in general. This is honestly, this costume is so cheap, you don't even know. And I'm not saying that I'm trying to take this cosplay down. It just happened that his outfit's really easy, and the wig maybe like $10 or something. Yeah, maybe it's not the most professional wig, but I'm not the most professional person, and Yoshiki was my first cosplay. Like, if you go back, please don't, but if you go back to like my really first videos, I had a different wig. I didn't have this outfit, like, exactly. Like, I've gotten a lot better. I've even upgraded to this, and this is still cheap. So, like, it's not, I'm not the most professional, but, like, on Instagram, like, I literally dominate. I'm, like, the only one who posts stuff. And I've seen cosplays of him, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But, like, generally, I'm the only one who, like, sticks with it. Okay, what else did I want to say? Yeah, like, I said this a couple minutes ago from the other thing, but, like, a lot of you are here because you like this. You like Yoshiki. This is already 6 minutes. Holy crap, I hope you don't mind listening to me talk. Like, holy crap, I told you I'd talk a lot. This is not even, this is the beginning crap. Okay, so most of you are here because of Yoshiki, okay? Like, I understand supply and demand. Like, I get that. I need to, like, get out Yoshiki stuff. And generally, almost everything I have has Yoshiki in it. Like, I do a lot of stuff. But, like, I cannot do him in every single thing. And I hope you guys understand that he is not my one thing. Like, he used to, like, when I first got into this, it was, like, the first anime I ever saw, so I was like, yes. But now, I like a lot of other things. Like, a lot of other things. So I'd like to do videos. Like, yeah, I like to do combination videos. I'll get to that later with, like, Oron, how he's part of the Host Club now. I really like doing that. Because, yeah, Host Club was one of the first animes I watched, too. So I don't really talk about it too much. But Oron is still, like, I love it, and I'll talk about it whenever it comes up. And I roleplay it and all that other stuff. But, like, it is not my main thing. Like, I like other things. So, like, I hope that you guys understand that, like, I'm gonna do other stuff. And that you'll check that out too, because I really like that, and maybe I'll get you into something, another anime that you didn't think you'd like, or another video game that you wouldn't think that you'd like. Okay, so this is getting to the main part of the video that I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about, like, my version of Yoshiki. Now, I don't know how many of you, like, keep up to date with, like, every single video I do, because I don't know, like, you don't have to watch every video. Like, I understand some of you don't really like Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, I've liked that since, like, 7th grade. Like, I've really loved that game. And now that I can cosplay it with one of my friends that I got into it, like, it's like, a real thing for me. Like, it's really important. And, like, I roleplay it, like, every day, and Roxas and Axel are like my OTP, and they're like, that's really important to me. Like, Yoshiki and Roxas are like my two favorite things. Like, they're really important. So what was I talking about? Oh god. See, I forget. Oh jeez. Pressure. Yoshiki's feeling the pressure. But I think I was just talking about how, okay, that I'm gonna do other cosplays, and I hope you guys understand. Okay, backstory. Okay, so Yoshiki, I wanted to give him a backstory because when I roleplayed him, I was just like, generally, I was like, well, he can't just be what he is in the game. I need to make him my own. So I feel like I was talking about something else, and then I just changed it, but whatever. So I wanted to give Yoshiki a backstory, but like also a future, if that makes any sense. So basically, what you'd think Yoshiki would be like after Kisaragi. No, fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I remembered. So, I know that some of you don't keep up to date with, like, everything I do, and I understand that. But, like, this is because in some of my videos I just have this background, and me and all my friends understand it, and from roleplay we know how this Yoshiki is. Now I'm aware that you guys aren't, and I haven't really filled you in. A long time ago I did a video about Miki, and I'm going to bring her up again, not as long as the other one, but I'm just going to go ahead and bring her up and talk about like a little bit of how she plays in this. But okay, this is the Yoshiki that I made up. So a lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but some of you might think, hey, when Yoshiki got back, he probably, you know, got a medal of honor for protecting, you know, Ayumi, and for being awesome. And I mean, obviously there's more games and they go back and other stuff happens, but you can generally, after the game that I think we're all thinking of, that he did his job. I mean, yeah, it was sad, and in the anime he doesn't even live, but spoiler alert, but I hope you guys, like, you get that. So what I wanted to do is I want to take, okay, like they show this to you, like they kind of, people that got back kind of went crazy. I don't think Yoshiki went exactly crazy, but I mean they still have like a lot of stress and a lot of like depression issues now just because of what they've been through. And so I wanted to play on that when I was creating this thing for my roleplay, and I was like, okay, well they talk about Miki Kishinuma, and they don't really give her any details. And I said, why don't I make her something? So it wasn't until like after I'd make Yoshiki's story that I decided to put Miki in there. So I'm just gonna add her in when I had made her. So I said that Yoshiki's parents, I know they're rich, and they don't care about him, they kicked him out of the house. And I was like, okay, so what if, because I also did Oran, because at the time I only really did Yoshiki, and I did Oran people. I did Haruhi, and I roleplayed, I did a little bit of Tamaki, and I did a little bit of that. And I was like, okay, well, why don't, like, we mix the RPs so we don't have to, like, choose if we want to do Yoshiki or Oran or what we want to do. I was like, okay, well, Yoshiki just can't come in and break a vase. I was like, we can't do another Haruhi. That's boring. Let's do something else. I was like, okay, we don't like his parents anyway. Why don't we just kill them off and have him collect the insurance money? So I was like, okay, well he can't just come right out of it and then go to Oran when this just happened. I was like, time needs to pass before Yoshiki is okay. So I made sure that he was in a psych ward for about 6 months. And basically, like, they thought he was crazy because maybe he was having nightmares, or maybe he was just freaking out because, like, maybe I said Ayumi, okay, so this is something I made up just for the thing. But I said that everyone had died, including Ayumi. I said that, and later on, we did a roleplay where, like, Ayumi wasn't actually dead, and she came back, and Yoshiki had to choose between his current love interest and her, and he ends up choosing his current love interest, and Ayumi gets pissed off and whatever. Because he had already gotten over her and whatever. So anyway, yeah, he stayed in there, and he was, like, freaking out, but because of good behavior, he got out. Because we know he's a bad boy, but he's a good boy, too. We know Yoshiki. Anyway, he got out, and Miki was kind of pissed at him because obviously, like, I didn't really make her up yet, but later on I had said that Miki was mad because, she had been left alone. Her parents died while her brother was at a cycle facility, and she already is, like, doesn't really have anyone, so she's very dependent on her older brother, even though he doesn't set, like, the greatest example for her. Like, he's a really important role model for how she's going to end up when she's older, even though she's already, like, 17. And since Yoshiki's roughly 18, I was like, okay, well, since they have all this cash now, why don't they just move to Oran? And yeah, you kind of have to have good grades and stuff, but I made it that Yoshiki wants Miki to have a good education, and that is why they went to Oran. Now, we redo it every now and then how he ended up in the host club, but most of it's because Tamaki or Haruhi or Kyoya, like, saw his potential and saw that he was a loner and that he needed a family. And especially since Kyoya had the details on what had happened in his life, he didn't really talk about it, but he knows what happened in Heavenly Host, because come on, Kyoya knows everything. They let him in the club, and they made him the badass type. They have Mori, but he's, like, the silent type, so we wanted somebody that was, like, not full of himself like Tamaki, but he was kind of like, yeah, I'm tough, and I'll protect you no matter what, my princess, like, something like that. Jeez, stop coughing. Oh my god, my eyes hurt really bad. I put these contacts in just for this video, even though it's not even like a real cosplay video, so you're welcome. So anyway, yeah, he worked at the host club and things were going great. And then Sammy, this is before I got into Sailor Moon. I'm going to be Sailor Uranus, haha, laugh. Because, you know, Uranus, haha. I actually really love her, oh my gosh. But before I had gotten into that, she really loved Minako. And, like, she really loves Sailor Venus. That's her favorite Sailor Moon person, and she also cosplays her. And you just recently probably saw her in the video. And I don't know if we explained that well enough, how they're, like, together, but I'll explain that now. Because that's what this video is about. But, so she had done kind of a Haruhi thing. The glasses thing I made for the video is actually new. That's a new version of how Minako got to the host club. I made that up for the video, that she had bumped into Kyoya and broke his glasses and had to repay him. That was just like a new thing I thought would be funny. Usually she had somehow broke something, kind of like Haruhi, different ways. Or so the reason she's at Oron is not because she's rich. She's actually still poor, like commoner wise. She's not like poor, but she's a commoner, and it's just because she's very smart and she kind of got a scholarship like Haruhi did. So she was there, and like originally she was not supposed to end up with Yoshiki. Yoshiki was supposed to be like a loner, you know, just there for like comedic laughs and so I could roleplay him. And Minako was supposed to end up with Mori because we're like, oh, Mori needs somebody, you know, because we ship Haruhi and Kadu. I keep coughing. Sorry. We wanted Kadu and Haruhi because we wanted something different from Tamaki and Haruhi because that's what everyone does. And yeah, my main ship is Haruhi and Tamaki. Like, I ship them. Yes, I understand that. But Kadu and Haruhi do not get enough love. It's always Hikaru and Haruhi. And honestly, in the anime, they never even have a moment. Like, yeah, he saves her from the vase, but they don't even, like, really look at each other. Like, there's nothing really there. So, like, I really wanted to give Kadu his, like, legit stuff because before we did the Yoshiki combined roleplay thing, we did Kadu and we did just like the host club. And yeah, I was gonna have her end up with Tamaki, but just the way she was, like Kadu would come over and talk to her and the way they would interact, I felt like they would be like a really good couple. And I thought they were cute and I wanted something different. And I shipped them. Like, my friend Sam got me to ship them. Like, I didn't think I would, but I did. Not that I didn't, but I didn't think I'd love it as much as I do now. Anyway, so they're together and they're always together, and I thought that was cute. And oh my god, I'm losing my thought again. So Minako got into the host club. Yeah. Okay. That's where I was, I think. Yeah. So Minako got in there and she was supposed to end up with Mori. That's where I was. And we did this thing. This is like Sam's favorite line from like any role play we've done, I think. I don't know, probably. She could probably back me up on this. But they were at a dance, and Minako and Yoshiki just kind of talks to Minako, you know, every now and then, like has little chats, and you know, sometimes he gets kind of depressed and when he has to talk about his past or something, and Minako's always like, I understand, or something like that, and they kind of connect, but we never really shipped it. But I kind of did, but I didn't really tell Sam about it. Because we were trying, I don't think anyone said anything, because we're like, okay, we already talked about how Mori is going to end up with Minako. And, so at the dance, Yoshiki and Minako get to dance with each other, and they kind of like look at each other and they like connect. And then, you know, Minako comes over and said, or not Minako, Mori comes over and takes her away. Like, he's not rude about it, but he like, you know, can I have this dance? And they move along. And Yoshiki says, well, that hurt more than I thought. And it was like the best line I've like ever, like, not, probably not, but it was really good. And Sam was like freaking out, and she talks about it all the time. And so that's how that ship started, and then now we just have them end up together, and soon enough they became boyfriend and girlfriend. And they went to Yoshiki's place, and I went, hey, Yoshiki has a little sister. I was like, let's make her like a year younger. I didn't plan on ever really using her. I just thought for that scene it was appropriate that she would be at the house. Oh my god. So anyway, Artemis was in Minako's bag, and he would talk to her, and then Yoshiki would be like, well, what was that? And she's like, oh, nothing. And Artemis and Yoshiki, even though he doesn't know that he's a magical talking cat, they kind of have like this like anger at each other, because they both know that he doesn't want Yoshiki to like hurt Minako, even though he's not going to. Like that little rivalry thing, like I'm trying to protect my girl, so back off. Oh my god, I keep coughing. Why? Ugh, and I keep itching my nose. Like, sometimes I do this when I'm nervous, like I do this, like I like touch my face, but I'm not nervous right now, like I don't even care. So I don't know what's happening. This is probably a really long video. I'm so sorry. But if you stick around, okay, sure, just listen to me talk. I hope you guys like listening to me talk. If you don't, then you didn't have to watch this video. It's a waste of your time. So, so they got together, and they were at his house, and Miki comes, this is, I don't know the exact line, but she was upstairs, and she comes down, and she looks at, she looks at them, and she goes, just don't have sex too loud, or something like that, or make sure to use a condom or something. And it was so, like, I didn't intend to her to be that dirty. It just was, I thought it would be funny. And then I kind of based her personality around that comment. I made her kind of like slutty, and not slutty, but, I mean, she acts slutty, but mostly like flirty, and like didn't really give a crap what other people say, and kind of had Yoshiki for a role model, so kind of like a rebel, and all that other stuff. And then we kind of brought her into the mix, and she was supposed to end up with Tamaki, because we were like, oh my god, how do you end up with Kadu? Tamaki's like, needs to end up with somebody, you know, he's a lover type, and we need to get someone with him. So Miki and him were supposed to be a thing, and so Sam had a thing to go to. So just me, because our roleplay group used to just be me, Rachel, and Sam, and we sometimes do it, but not as much now. But at the time when this is Oron and Yoshiki, like a couple years ago, it was the three of us, and we were. This is during over one summer, and we just cosplayed. We roleplayed like every single day, like it was our thing. So, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like I'm really sorry. Okay, so so she went to a thing. And then me and Rachel kind of had to like we said, okay, we'll continue it. And Miki, they were at a lake. And she was in her underwear because she didn't bring a bikini. And she like came over and went, woo! And she came over and sat by Kyoya. And she like flirted a little bit. And then, oh my god, I keep like coughing. And oh my god. Kyoya like blushed, and it was so cute because I didn't really like, you know, they weren't really a thing. They actually were kind of like mouthy to each other because he's like the demon lord, because she's like, what? Hey, bye. Sorry, that was my dad. He was telling me that he was going to a thing. Kind of like how Sam went to a thing. Speaking of which, okay, so Rachel and I did that, and we thought that was cute, and, like, she used to be like, yeah, hey, Otsuri, like, what's your problem with me? And, like, he's always like, oh, you're just a slacker, and maybe not like that, but, you know, they just kind of had playful banter, and then we thought it was so cute, and they ended up kissing, and then at the lake, and it was all cute, and blah, 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 because he got jealous of, like, she was trying to show Tamaki what a s'more was, and he was, like, making it for her, and Kyoya got really jealous, and so that was cute. So that was a thing. So yeah, Yoshiki, I guess I'm kind of done because I don't want to rant on forever. But my Yoshiki, oh yeah, I forgot to say this. Okay, so our favorite ship is Cake Shiki. Now that doesn't make any sense, and at the end of the video, I'm going to pop a picture of I made this really dumb, fast edit of a bunch of cake stuff and Yoshiki's face. And basically, like, he's had cake before, but like, maybe not this kind of cake, and I don't really remember exactly how it came about, but we said that Yoshiki goes over to Honey, and he's like, I'm a man, I eat steak, because he doesn't want to admit that he really likes cake, but he tries this cake, and he's like, oh my god, it's delicious. So it was just really funny, and we're like, we ship cake times Yoshiki, and people are like, are you eating cake? He's like, no, I'm eating a steak, and it's just like, I don't know, stupid funny. And then I made the edit and it became even more funny, so now we say it's our favorite ship of anything is cake times Yoshiki. So sometimes, like, we'll have him go over and sit by Mori and Honey and them eating cake. So if you go over to Carps and watch me and Sam's, it's not really a cosplay video because we were just kind of goofing off. And we wanted to have music behind it and whatever. But like in the video you see Yoshiki and Honey hanging out, and he like stuffs his face with a donut. That's because he really likes junk food, because it's Yoshiki. What do you think? I mean, he probably really likes steak and ribs and stuff, but I bet he has a really big sweet tooth as well. And he likes to do that with Honey. And I feel like since Mori and Honey and Yoshiki are all 18, like they're all third years, I feel like they really bond like that. Okay, so I think that's just about it. I don't want to talk like even more. I feel really bad. This is going to be like a really long video. But if you have any other questions for me, just leave them down below. Cosplays I just ordered last night. I ordered Liz from Soul Eater. I ordered Emma Swan. and from Once Upon a Time, and I ordered Chloe from Life is Strange. Now all these cosplays, like these are just kind of like cheaper cosplays. That's why I was able to get 3 in like one thing, 3 at one time. Like they're like not like the best, but like I didn't have to go all out, because Chloe, like I was gonna get her official shirt, but I decided to get like a version, like a shirt that I think she'd wear, and because I don't have to do like official cosplays if I don't want. I can do whatever I want because I can. But those are my next ones, and then after, like, since I got Liz, my next ones will be Soul and Stein, and then I also want to get Roxas's Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit before Colossal Con, because I want to wear that to Colossal Con. And yeah. Now, I'm going to I don't know if you're still watching this, I hope someone is. I don't know if you guys know this, I don't know if you guys care that much, but I'm going to Wizard World Comic Con, again, a different one. That's next weekend, and I'm also going to be vlogging. I'm going to be cosplaying Demix from Kingdom Hearts, and my friend will be Zexid from Kingdom Hearts. And we're also getting new cloaks for them soonish, I guess. Anyway, yeah, that's my video, and Yoshiki's really cool. I mean, there's more about him that's really cool, and he's really developed as a character personally for me. So if you ever see him in videos and he's not exactly how you think he would be, it's kind of my version of him. Maybe he's not as like, he's kind of more dorky, I don't know why I said it like that. He's kind of more dorky, and when I kind of, just for the funny factor of my videos, because I'm like a dorky person myself, so I let myself come out in Yoshiki, because I like to blend myself and my character sometimes. So like my dorky side comes out when I'm him. But I mean, I'm going to act more cool and distant in certain things, but honestly, he's just a big sweetheart, so I like to play up that side of him, because I don't like to be like, because there's some characters that you have to be like this, like Sayax from Kingdom Hearts, you have to be like this, like really like serious. So the ones that I can get away with being not so serious, especially a character like Yoshiki that's not exactly like developed and like in the story wise, you know, I can kind of play around with however I want. Yeah, that's this video, and I hope you guys learn more about me, and I'll make more just us talking videos if you like them, I guess. I get some comments after them. So, oh my god, well, this is gonna die soon, so I should stop talking. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantabulous rest of this day if I get it out by this today. And yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later. Yoshiki's out.